Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Please be seated. Faculty, deans, we are grateful to have you here. Thank you for coming, braving the cold and chilly weather. I am Mark Hawks. I'm grateful to be here this morning to recognize the accomplishments of some of our graduate students. This is our hooding investiture. Investiture from the Latin word vestis, meaning robe, the formal installation of an insignia reflecting your attainment, in this case, the academic hood. We hold this ceremony so that each of these recipients might have the experience of receiving their graduate hood recognition as their accomplishment. We hope you enjoy the moment. I now call upon several individuals to assist us with the hooding ceremony. I ask these individuals to rise and be recognized, and that the audience hold their applause until each has been introduced. Our deans from the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Sciences, Dr. Richard Hansen. From the College of Business and Information Systems, Dr. Doreen Bennett. From the College of Education, Dr. Crystal Paulai. And from the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Ben Jones. We have several coordinators of our programs. We ask them to stand, be recognized. From the Masters in Business Administration, Dr. Jack Walters. Our Masters in Computer Science, Dr. Stefan Krebsbach. Our Masters in Cyber Defense, Dr. Kevin Streff. Our Masters in Analytics, Dr. Jun Liu. Our Masters in Health Informatics and Information Systems Management, Dr. Renee Spahn. Our Masters of Science and Information Systems, Dr. Ronald Sean. Let's give these faculty a big applause. Thank you. I would also like to recognize those faculty who have slaved over dissertations and theses and papers and those other faculty who have joined us today. Please stand for just a moment. Can I ask you to do that? Graduate faculty. Thank you. A round of applause for them. We're grateful to have sitting in the back, and I know she doesn't like us to point her out, our president, Dr. Griffiths. We're grateful for your support. Thank you very much for coming. Grateful for the leadership that you provide. Last but not least is Registrar's Assistant Jennifer Mees, who has dutifully herded all of us to these hooding ceremonies. Thank you, Jennifer. After a short introduction by Dr. Wayne Paulai, we'll proceed with the hooding ceremonies. We were grateful you joined us for this event. A word or two about Dr. Paulai. He is a professor in the Beacom College of Cyber and Computing Sciences at DSU. A South Dakota native, Dr. Paulai holds a PhD in Organization and Management from Capella University in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He holds a master's in Information Systems from DSU and a bachelor's degree in Business Administration from Northern State University in Aberdeen. In addition, Wayne is a graduate of Colorado School of Banking, held at the University of Colorado in Boulder. Dr. Paulai places a high value on education. He is active in the cybersecurity field as the director of the North Central Region Regional Resource Center as appointed by the National Security Administration. As coordinator of the PhD in cyber operations, his goal is to create an environment that will allow those learners accepted into that program to grow as lifelong learners, to embrace the art of research and to cultivate professional relationships with learners and faculty of this challenging cyber science discipline. Dr. Pauley believes that education is the key to a cybersecure world. I introduce to you Dr. Wayne Pauley.
Thank you, Dr. Hawks. Hope you can hear me okay. I talk loud, so I hope the microphone's coming in and not too loud. And there's somebody here that raised their hand and said, yeah, I can hear you just fine, but I'll change my seat with somebody who can't. So that's a good thing there too. First I want to congratulate you. Very good. Since I was also one of you getting a master's degree at Dakota State University, I congratulate you on today's investiture and commencement. And I want to apologize. Apologize to you. I apologize to your friends, to your family, to the platform party, to my fellow peers and faculty members, because you got me. And I guess the talent pool must have been pretty shallow when Mark was looking for somebody to come and visit with you. I was in the very first cohort of the Masters in Information Systems at Dakota State University. And I remember even having to testify in front of the Board of Regents about why Dakota State University needed to start issuing and awarding graduate programs. And now if we fast forward these many years, I was hooded in May of 2001. And then this many years forward, and look at where we've gone with graduate education and the fact that you are all part of that now, and I applaud your efforts for that. Just one little bit of trivia, I was one of the very first 3 graduate assistantships that was issued at Dakota State. Myself, Harvard Bob, which was cool because he had his undergraduate degree from Harvard and I had mine from Northern State, and we were able to compete on the same level here at Dakota State University. And then Ming Ming Xiao, and some of you probably know Ming Ming. She still works in the TCB. Ming Ming and I shared a desk. I had the morning shift, and I taught 2 sections of CIS 130, and she had the afternoon shift, because then I would go and I would do something else with women's basketball, or I was a graduate, I was a resident assistant. I ran Zimmerman Hall, I was all those kinds of fun things. Lots of different hats back in those days. And so it does bring back really good memories of being able to be here with you today. Now, when I got the invitation to speak, they said, Dr. Hawk said, if you could talk from 5 to 7 minutes. Now, for those of you that know me, 5 to 7 minutes is really difficult. And, I was the guy that when Tom Halverson was looking for people to teach classes, I would say, I'll do it if I can have a 75-minute class period. But I also understand that the only thing between you and getting your hood is my talk, so I will try to keep it as short as possible. Plus, you've got cushioned chairs. And when you go over across the street, you're going to be sitting on a folding chair. And I doubt if Dr. Griffiths told my friend Bob Sutton he could only speak from 5 to 7 minutes. Enjoy the comfort you have here right now. Another thing about today is that Susan Slaughter had asked me to send me the notes, and she would put them in the script. Well, those of you that know me, know that I don't really make a lot of notes. I try to kind of shoot from the hip, and kind of whatever comes off the top of my head is what I say. My wife says I have no filter, and I think that's kind of true. I'm pretty sure she's nervous right now because she doesn't know what I'm going to say, and I'm a little nervous because she's that close, and so I need to watch that a little bit too. So Susan didn't get any notes, and we're going to see what happens with that. Tom Halverson's thinking, boy, this might be good, because I've seen Wayne go off on some rants before, and they were worth the price of admission, so I'm going to try to keep that down. And then Dick Hansen, I had to sit right next to Dick because he's the only guy bigger than me, and he might have to take me out of here. So that's the case we're going to. But anyway, I want you to relax. I'm not going to be doing anything spicy or anything like that. All the good stuff I'm taking with me into retirement. And then you can buy my book after I retire, and you can hear all the good stuff. So, as the coordinator of PhD in cyber operations, I do get to work and get to know a little bit about lit reviews, APA format and style, journal articles, research in general. And in that case, we try to write in third person, correct? Try to keep the pronouns out of our writing, because pronouns tend to, I and me, they tend to increase people's fear of bias, also tend to decrease the validity of our research. I'm not saying it's true, I'm just saying that's the way it's looked at. So we try to remove the pronouns as much as possible. And so if you were keeping track, and if I had given Susan notes, she would have already gone in and said, but Wayne, you've used the word I 6 times in your introduction. So, I don't know what that does to my validity about being up here with you today. Anyway, my message to you. We try hard to eliminate I and me and as many pronouns as possible. And we should do that also in our spoken word. We should use words like we and us, very collaborative type things. In higher education, we call them collegial terminologies, to be collegial, to act collegial, to talk collegially. And when we are involved with a communication stream that uses us and we tend to let down our defense mechanisms. We tend to feel like we are more part of the solution than perhaps part of the problem. Okay? So think about that as you're going forward. Think about the fact that it should be an us and a we world, not an I and a me world. Okay? And I just think that's really important. I think that lowering your defense mechanisms then also provides us with some humility and some kindness and an understanding of people, backgrounds, diversity, all those type things. Okay? I want to share with you 7 B's. Now, I could have come up with a lot more than 7 B's, but since we're in an academic setting, B's, we also understand letter grades. Sorry, no A's. A's are harder to come up with. But I have 7 B's for you, and this is kind of my message to you today. Okay? Number 1 is be open. Be open to change. Be open to what other people's opinions are. Be open and observant to your surroundings and for those things that are from outside of you. Be honest with yourself, with others. Okay? Be honest. Lies will definitely precipitate lies. Always be honest. Be a friend. There's a lot of lonely people in the world. Be a friend. Reach out. Stretch out a hand, a smile. I get comments all the time about, how come you're always smiling? Or how come you're always whistling? And it's because I want you to understand that I don't have this facade around me. I want you to understand you can come right up to me and we can talk. I get lots of students that will say, should I call you Dr. Pauli or Dr. Wayne, or what would you like me to call you? And I said, how about Wayne? Let's just get right on a first name basis and let's be friends. Be a mentor. Okay? Maybe that takes a little bit of time before you're there and before you're ready to it, but get ready for that challenge. Be sincere when you're involved with other people. Have some empathy. Do not get empathy confused with sympathy. People are not looking for sympathy, they're looking for empathy. They're looking for people that understand, that they can go to and extract and absorb some of their feelings and their opinions. Be generous. A number of years ago, my wife and I were the co-chairs on one of our church's capital campaigns. And that's where they coined the phrase time, talent, and treasure. And I've used that ever since then. Be generous with your time, be generous with your talent, and as much as you can, be generous with your treasure. I think that that's one of the biggest things that I have learned in my productive and professional career is to be generous with those things. Be respected. Let your efforts do the job for you. Let them do the talking. And I'll tell you that you will be respected. There's no doubt about it. People appreciate the good things that you will do. And finally, be a role model. Okay? Be positive, be calm, be confident in yourself. People say, are you afraid to get up in front of people and talk? Absolutely not. I've been doing it for, almost 35 years. And I'm not saying I'm any good, I'm saying I'm not scared of it. I'm confident when I do get up to talk. If you're confident in yourself, be somebody that other people will imitate. 1824 is when the term imitation is the sincerest form of flattery was coined. An author by the name of Charles Caleb Cotton, and he only lived till 1832. So almost 200 years ago, he said imitation's the sincerest form of flattery. So for the last 200 years, we've been utilizing that. And probably nobody ever knew that Cotton was the name of the guy that came up with that. And we probably all used it. Okay, do you have role models? Absolutely you do. And it's okay to have many of them. And it's also okay that they change. As life changes, as you change, as you mature, it's easy and it's okay to have different role models. My earliest role models, and maybe yours too, were your parents. Right? I learned all my work ethic from my mom. Lost her 18 years ago. She taught me how to work. She taught me what was really valuable about work and hard work and how you feel good about yourself. And then I learned about generosity from my dad. Lost him 15 years ago. He was always the guy that would give the shirt off his back, even if he didn't have another one. And I think that's powerful. I think that's a very beneficial thing that we need to get back to here in the as we're looking at this next decade of time. So those are your 7 B's. And I urge you, and you can add on to them. There's all kinds of things. You can say, I would have thought Wayne would have said this one. And there's all kinds of things more B's you can add on to that. But in the sake of time, that's as far as we're going to go. A singer-songwriter by the name of Lori McKenna. She's a marvelously talented woman. She lost her mom when she was 7. She got married when she was 19. She's been married to the same man now for 31 years. So she's going to be 50 on December 22nd, which also she shares a birthday with my baby sister. She's got 5 kids, and she is really in demand in songwriting in country music. So you would think, well, if you're a country music fan, well, she must live in Nashville, right? No, she lives in Maine. But anyway, I love some of the work that she has done, and I wanted to share with you the chorus. I would sing it if I could, of a song that she wrote for Tim McGraw in 2016. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, Let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. On November 30th of this year, just 8 days ago, we lost Bush 41. Now, George H.W. Bush was the 41st president of the United States. I'll be totally honest with you, I never voted for the guy. His political persuasion and mine just tend to be on a different paradigm. But I will tell you this, he is a humble and kind man. If you watched any of the ceremonies this week with when he was lying in state, or the funerals, or things like that, every message resonated with the fact that that man was humble and kind. So I'm not saying we're all going to be George Bush, because that's not going to be the case, but we all can be humble and kind. So as you make your path forward, as you leave Dakota State University, please remember to be honest and kind. We're very proud of our name going to be on your resume or vita for a very long time. And I always stress that to my doctoral students, that our name is going to be on your resume. It's just as important as your name being on in the records of Dakota State University. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank Dr. Hawks for the invite. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the experience. Enjoy commencement, everything that goes along with it. And in the words of Lori McKenna, when you get where you're going, don't forget to turn back around, help the next one in line, always stay humble and kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne, for reminding us what matters most. Now you know why I asked him. No one has a passion for who we are and what we do at DSU than Dr. Paulai. I turn the time over to Miss Mees to bring our graduates forward. Jennifer.
Will the candidates for master's level degrees of Dakota State University please rise and come forward? Assisting with the hooding for the master's in cyber defense degree is program coordinator, Dr. Kevin Streff. In the College of Beacom of Computer and Cyber Sciences, Master of Science in Cyber Defense, Erica Kalm. Assisting with the hooding for the Master's in Business Administration and General Management is Program Coordinator, Dr. Jock Walters. In the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Business Administration and General Management, Emily Kunert. Patrick Pontarelli. Assisting with the hooding for the Master's in Analytics degree is Program Coordinator, Dr. Jen Liu. In the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science in Analytics, Jayasuri Mahesh. Assisting with the hooding for the Master's in Health Informatics and Information Management degree is Program Coordinator, Dr. Renee Spahn. In the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science in Health Informatics and Information Management, Mandy Mae Atkins. Assisting with the hooding for the Master's in Information Systems degree is Program Coordinator, Dr. Ranghwa Shan. In the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science in Information Systems, Ganga Basiel. Arun Lamacheni. Bikash Tamang.
Well, congratulations, candidates. I add my congratulations to those who have been offered to you today on the attainment of this important milestone. Congratulations to the faculty and other support staff who have worked so hard to make this investiture a reality. I ask that our guests remain seated until the platform and graduates have left the auditorium. The commencement ceremony, which directly follows, starts at 10:30, and I guarantee everyone a good seat. Congratulations.